cage. Even when they said you changed, they put a face on your value, made you wear it like a chain. But the mirror know the truth, baby, you were born to break the frame. Take it off, let the real you breathe. Every scar got a story and the key to the sea. Built to win, built to win. Even when it ends, built to win, built to win. You rise again, take the mask off, let it go. Find your reason, let it show. Built to win, built to win. That's the way it goes.
Welcome to another episode of Built to Win. I am Tiana Myers, your host. I am also known as a Wealth Winning Strategist. Yes, you are finally watching another episode of Built to Win. This is a show for those who may say, you know what? I feel stuck. Have you ever felt stuck and just didn't know what to do or how to do it? Well, this is the show for you. We guarantee you that you're going to get your purpose, clarity, confidence, and proven strategies to win. So before we get into the show, I just like to take the time to tell you a little bit more about myself. As you all know, I am an author, a realtor, mortgage loan officer, but there was a time that I was not who you see today. And that time came when I had a very traumatic loss, and this loss was not something that I could normally do. As a successful entrepreneur, I found myself losing but always getting back up and win. But in 2018, I found myself hearing the words, "There is no heartbeat." And when I heard the doctor tell me those words, I don't know what happened. I just know I went into a state of depression that took over my life. I had lost my baby girl, Taylor Joy. And I remember going to meet someone, and the person I went to meet was my therapist. And I just remember her telling me to come in, and she hugged me. And that moment when she took me in and she started working with me, my life has never been the same. And as an entrepreneur, as a successful business owner, we have moments where we just don't see the vision. We just can't keep going. We don't know how we're going to make it. And that was where I was. And I would not be able to be here looking the way I do with God's glory if I did not have the chance to be in the presence of this angel that God sent to me. So without further ado, I want to introduce to you my guest, my life therapist. I say my life therapist because I want to own her to stay with me forever and ever. After she healed me, I still stay in touch with her. But not only that, she is a true woman of God, but she always had a vision. And God has a special anointing on her and put something in her heart to do more. And I'm going to let her tell her story. I don't want to get into all the juiciness. But without further ado, please allow me to introduce to you a God-fearing woman, a life partner friend. She has over 35 years experience in the industry. She's been married for over 35 years. And when I say she has overcome because she is built to win, yes, please help me introduce Miss Dottie Foster.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Just you telling that story took me back, right? Like, you know, for a therapist, we see so many clients, right? And so we don't really remember people's story until you just said that. So yeah, I'm excited. Yeah. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of that journey.
Thank you. I mean, I really couldn't be here today without you. Wow. Because as an entrepreneur, we always get up, we win, we lose, we get back. When I lost my daughter, I didn't know how to function. And I remember coming to you and you just hugged me. And you kept saying that God would not bring any pain without bringing something new. And I remember being mad every time you said that. I was like, no, God, you don't love me. You know why? And you were telling me, you kept telling me. But what I realized was when I had my miscarriage, it was actually me giving birth to my purpose.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because when you lose something, you have to gain something back. The God that we serve, he does not, first of all, he doesn't take away. He always adds, right? So I'm excited just to see what you're doing.
Thank you.
I'm so excited.
Thank you. Well, let's tell them about you. Okay. So let's tell them a little bit. I know you're from Philly.
Yes, I'm a Philly girl.
And you represent Philly well. You know, you are diva out. You know what I'm saying? And always say diva out. I must say that. But let's talk about Dottie. Tell us about you, and I want you to tell our guests about where you started from and that time that you removed your mask. As you know, I'm an author of Hurting in Plain Sight, and I talk about how when people have that moment, they remove the mask. Tell us about that journey when you removed the mask and saw more than what you were going through.
So in '89, I showed up in Detroit addicted to crack. That's first.
Okay.
My son was 7 and my daughter was 6 and my son was 12. So I came, and that was the moment when I said, Dottie, something has to change. So I came to Detroit, went into a program, and did a year program, and there fell in love with the Lord, and my life has still really never been the same. Met my husband about a year later. We dated a very, very short period of time. And I think we went on 2 dates. He asked me to marry him in July, and then we got married in December.
Wow.
It was a quick work.
Okay.
But on Monday, we will be married 35 years. And he is the man of my dreams. He loved me and my children. And he has taken me around the world. And so I worked as a dental assistant in Philadelphia. When I came here, I worked for University of Detroit Dental School.
Okay.
And my husband pastored, and we pastored for 22 years. And then God gave him a new assignment. But in that moment is when I realized that I had opportunities. And I don't think women, when you used to working and being in the industry or being in corporate America, you do things and you do it out of survival. Right? And you think this is the way life is going to be for you. And there's a moment, if we just pause, and I really thank God for COVID.
Okay.
I'm not even kidding.
Okay.
Because that's when it allowed me to pause, and I realized, Dottie, you got opportunities.
Yes. Yes.
You don't have to continue to work for someone else.
Yes. Yes.
Right?
Yes.
But then I had to go back and fight that inner person.
Speak on that.
The
Speak
inner
on that
person
inner
started
person.
the inner person started saying, "You're a crackhead. You was a single mom. You had 2 children out of wedlock. You know, all the things. And you know your inadequacies. You know your trials, your tribulations, and all the trauma, all those things you know. And you have to do a work. And the work that I do, and I do this with women right now, I call it the woman in the mirror.
Love it.
And you got to look yourself in the mirror and apologize to you.
Yes.
And tell you where you want to go. Because you have been with you the entire time.
Absolutely.
And nobody knows you like you.
You do. That's right. That's
right? So
Yes.
when you in that bathroom with that door shut, with the shower running so nobody can hear you crying.
You've been there, done that, still do sometimes.
Right? You get to talk to her. And you can't even fake out. You know how we can tell our girlfriends, like, I'm good. I'm good. You can't tell her you good because she already know.
That's right.
And so that is the moment that I had to look that person in the mirror and really say, it's your time.
Yes, I love it.
You know, you have something to give. And so I went on a journey and to say, God, what is it that you have me do? I really wanted to be an interior designer, girl.
Is that right? I mean, you can tell just how you put everything
Listen.
in. And every time I see you so well put together.
Thank
I'm
you.
talking about from the jewelry to the bracelets to
I wanted to be an interior
I can tell
designer.
you keep it. She's just flying. She's been flying forever.
But
okay?
listen, here's how I decided to be a therapist. Do you want to go to heaven or do you want to go to hell? Because you're going to be prideful for all the stuff that you've done.
That part.
And so I said it was easier for me to just know that had I had someone to talk to, perhaps, now we're still going to go through things, perhaps I would not have went through all the things, right? If I would have had somebody to talk to. And so I wanted to be that person that people can talk to, right? And come and share and with no judgment. Right? To be able to give them a real conversation, right? And so that's how Real Perspective came, because I want to give you a real perspective of how your life was, but how it can be now.
I love that. So one thing I'm always telling people as well as a wealth winning strategist is to focus on who you're becoming.
Yes.
Do not get caught up on the situation. Let's have clarity moment like you did and say, okay, this is where I am. I know I need more. But give yourself that confidence to say, okay, it's time for me to become the person that I really want to be. So talk about how people can become and how they can use the power of visualization to become the person that really God aligned them to be, if that makes any sense.
Oh, it does make sense. First of all, you have to have the vision. The Bible says, have a vision, write it down. So when you get it, you got to know it. And there's going to be naysayers. So you can't share your vision with everybody. You just cannot. And so there's going to be people. I was a pastor's wife for 22 years, right? So people are saying, you can't come out and play anymore. You can't come out and be in the streets. Girl, I don't got time to be in the streets. I got to build this business. So you're going to have people that's going to tell you what, you working too much or you doing too much and all of that. You have to stay focused on what You have seen in your eyes and in your heart. And I have stayed focused, and God told me a group.
Yes.
So I am building a group. And when I tell you I have been through 35 therapists.
Wow.
They have been in and out of my
Look at
office
you.
in 4.5 years. That's a lot of therapists. And some was gone, and some I had let go.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Some of them was like, thank you for coming and thank you for going. But for this season, I have 5 strong therapists. I'm looking for some male therapists. So if there's any male therapists out there, please call me.
Yes.
But building just a team that want to serve people.
That's it.
It's not about the Benjamins. Yes, we do want to get paid. But if you have the heart to take care of people, God will provide the money.
Absolutely. And I want to just talk about therapy and how powerful it is, especially in the Black community.
Oh, yes.
We were born and raised with going to house, stay in the house. And I think for me, that kind of kept me wearing a mask for so many years. And when I started coming through therapy with you, you kind of taught me how to remove that mask and just say, okay, Tiana, this is who you are. This is what you're going to do. And one thing you said, I remember you telling me this, was you have to watch who knows your vision.
That's
you have
right.
to protect it. And I remember you saying that to me very clearly.
Absolutely.
I was actually going through a divorce, and I remember you telling me, you got to get your plan, keep your plan. To the point where when I went through my divorce, nobody even knew I was going to divorce with you.
Absolutely.
And God.
That's right.
When I actually filed for divorce, people didn't even know I left my ex-husband at the time. And I did that because, like you said, when we're going through that therapy stage with God, with a therapist, sometimes it's okay just to be still and be quiet.
Oh, I'm telling you.
Talk about that. Talk about that action step of being still and being quiet.
But see, first of all, we're so used to telling everything or really only telling what we want people to know. Let me say it that way. But we have to learn how to heal within, and we have to learn how to heal by ourselves.
Yes.
People can't heal you.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
my mother couldn't heal me, my daddy, my sister, my husband can't even heal
Yes.
me, you know. And there was just a work you got to do by yourself. And you got to be authentic to yourself.
Yes.
And if you can't be authentic to yourself, you're wasting time. Because time is precious. And so what I've learned in this journey is I got to be Dottie. Dottie from the inside, not Dottie on the outside. Because we'll paint it all up, girl. We'll put on some hair, some eyelashes, make this
we
face
look like
up,
divas,
girl.
and you would never know.
Be all toe up on the inside.
Yes.
So I had to do the work on the inside. Because people have said all of my life, you're so beautiful, you're so pretty, and I never felt any of that. I really didn't.
relate to that. I relate to that.
Right?
Yeah.
And so when I started building me up from the inside, I felt beautiful in the inside. And hopefully the impact that I encounter people, it's not just for me. What I'm doing is not just for me. I want to, when I meet a person, I don't want you to forget that you met Dottie.
That's right.
I don't. And it's not because of her beauty or anything. It's just the conversation, the inside that I have left with you. And that's what I want.
And you did that with me, to the point where I even wrote my book, Hurting in Plain Sight, removing the mask of a strong woman and walking into your healing. Because I talk about that in my book, how you really have to take a journey by yourself and really to be your true, authentic self. That is when, and it's, it can be a buzzword now, but I wrote my book in 2021. And here it is, 2025, and the things that I'm doing now, I saw myself doing these things. I saw myself doing TV and podcasts and things like that. But I had to be true to myself.
Yes, you do.
And I had to be true to who I wanted to become and not what others. So,
and not compare yourself.
Yes.
It's so unwise. You cannot.
Yes.
Just because Joni's doing that over there, let Joni do it. And give Joni all her props.
That part. You got to do that.
And give Joni all her credit. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do mine this way. And because you only can be you.
And you can and people don't understand, like, well, how do you do everything? Because everything I do is aligned with what God wants me to do. So God makes a way for me to be a realtor, mortgage loan officer, be a mom, and soon to be wife one day.
Absolutely.
But He makes ways for us when we really get aligned.
Absolutely.
So my show's about Built to Win, and people who may feel stuck. What advice would you give someone who's watching our show? And I'm going to say across the world, because this is a global show.
Absolutely.
What advice would you give someone who's like, you know what? I'm stuck. I'm scared to get therapy. I don't know what to do. Like, what would you give their next elevation step?
Well, first, if you're looking for a therapist, you have to connect. So you find a therapist that offers some consultation, because you have to connect. I'm changing my 2026, I'm changing my consultation appointment to connection appointment. That's what it's called.
Love it.
You have to connect. Therapy is not happening if you don't connect. right? And so that's first. But when you go in there, you have to tell them the truth. And you have to go back. I know many of us don't want to visit our childhood, but your childhood dictates your adulthood.
Yes, it does. Yes,
and
it
so
does.
you got to heal the child within.
Yes, it
Those
does.
triggers are real.
Yes, it does.
And that's a buzzword. Trigger. That triggered me. That triggered me. Let me tell you what, when you get anybody that's listening to this podcast, if you get a trigger, that means you need to look inside and say, why is that triggering me? Where did it come from? And how do I get rid of it? It's not about the person who triggered you. It is all about you.
Yes.
And that's how you get on the winning road, is healing that child within. Because we've talked about many of the things that had happened to us in our childhood, right? With our families, with our friends. Those still are impacts. And you got to work those things out. And sometimes you have to leave those people in your past.
Woo.
I'm going to tell you, and those
Say that
are
part one more time. One more time.
You're going to have to leave them, because when we think about, we are biblical women, we love the Bible. The Bible says there's a friend that sticks closer than a brother. So that means that there's going to be people that is in your blood that you just going to have to leave behind. So you're going to have to be okay, and that's healing. But be kind. Don't ever be mean.
Absolutely.
Always be kind.
Absolutely.
So that's how you win. Kind, healing, and serving.
I love it. And also I want to talk about how you said about leaving behind. It's about protecting your peace.
Oh.
I think so many people get caught up and they want to live lives for other people, but they're not protecting their peace. And like you said, the boundaries. So I want to thank you for being here today.
I'm so excited about being here.
I'm seriously, I would not be the woman that I am without you. And I'm just blessed to give you your flowers now, because like I said, I did network marketing. I won. I've done I won. I did money. I did all of that. But when I lost my baby girl, that took me out. And no one knew, because I was wearing a mask and I was hurting in plain sight. This is why I named my book that. Because when we go through things, especially with a miscarriage, you hear, oh, they'll get over it, or, it doesn't matter. It's a loss. It's a loss.
It's a loss.
It's a loss. It's a loss. And so many people are losing now. And whether it be a child, whether it be a divorce or whatever, I just want to encourage people to know they're built to win.
Oh, they
can handle it. They can do it. But the key is to get people like yourself, invest in yourself, and get therapists. Because if I did not get a therapist, glory be to God, I would not be where I am today.
We out here. We are here. We're waiting. We're waiting for therapists. There's many therapists that are waiting for your phone call. So find one.
Please.
You can call us, but please find somebody, because it's very important that you have somebody to walk with you on that journey.
Now, I know that we are here in Michigan, but do you do virtual? So
I do.
Okay, so tell us about if someone wants to connect with you all virtually, and how we can do it.
You can go to our website, and there's a way that you can book right there from our website. It's www.realperspective.org. And we do telehealth, we do hybrid, we do all of what we do. We go outside and take a walk. We'll ride in the car. We'll do whatever. We'll go to the ice cream parlor. We do whatever we need to do to make sure that our clients are being healed.
I love it. And it's all about healing. It's about healing. And God gives us authority to heal. So thank you for answering your calling, but thank you for having a vision. And seeing that you wanted to do more, and you wanted to be more. Because if you didn't say yes to your vision, and if you didn't have faith like you do, you wouldn't have this. And I'm going to be very transparent. Miss Dottie started off in the building that I'm in right now doing my podcast.
I did.
So this is a full circle for me to show how God has healed me.
It's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy.
Because I remember walking in here like, oh my God, I'm about to go to therapy.
When I just pulled up, I said, like, wow, this brings back memories.
So now I'm walking in like, I'm going to do my show today.
Come on.
Look at God.
Come on. So it's wonderful you say that. It's because now I have 2 locations.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to say. Look at you.
And it's growing. And so I'm in Detroit and I'm in Southfield, and I'm looking to expand. So I really want one in Philadelphia, because that is my hometown.
Well, you know what? It's coming. It's coming.
Oh,
and we're going to put it out there. Philly, wherever you are.
That's right.
You want to build your
Dottie's
team.
coming back.
Listen, get with Dottie, because she's ready for you. And trust me, your life will never, ever, ever be the same. Amen. So, Miss Dottie, I just want to thank you again. And it is truly a pleasure.
It's my
sitting
pleasure.
Here talking to you. Yes. And once again, before we leave, I just like you to tell our clients or my guests or my followers and listeners, give them one word to focus on this week.
Impact.
To elevate impact. I love
it. You have to make sure that when you leave that person, or you leave that scene, or you leave that office, that you left your impact. Because
love
when
it.
we leave this earth, you want people to know you were here.
I love it.
So impact would be my word. I want to impact everybody I touch.
I love it. I love you. Well, touch me. Thank you again.
Yes.
I so appreciate you being here.
I'm so glad to be here.
Oh, thank
I love
you.
you.
I love you more.
All right.
Well, thank you all for joining me for another episode of Built to Win. I am Tiana Myers, your host, and I just want to leave you with the word impact. I want you to think about when you walk in the room, what impact are you going to have? When you have a conversation with someone, what impact are you going to have? Because at the end of the day, God has used us to be vessels. And I thank God for allowing me to be a vessel. I hope this show has impacted you today. I hope that you recognize the value of getting some help. And I want to recommend that if you are in need of a counselor or a therapist, take time and get help. You don't have to share with anybody that you're in therapy. It could be between you and the therapist. But just take some time to heal your soul and heal your heart and heal your mind. So with that being said, make sure you tune in to our next show of Built to Win. I am Tiana Myers, your wealth building strategist, where I help people feel stuck, win, and overcome obstacles. So with that being said, you can always reach out to me through www.builttowin.com or www.tianamyers.com. And don't forget to get out here and get my book, Hurting in Plain Sight, so you can take the mask off and be your true, authentic self. And I know it's a woman on the cover, but it's for men too. So, because everybody needs to be real in their true, authentic self, men too. With that being said, thank you for joining me, and I wish you well and nothing but success and blessed life from this point on. Thank you all.